Today is Saturday, May 16th at 3:01 p.m. I'm sad today. Well, I've been sad for some years now, and there are days that I'm more sad. I'm even more sad because of things that I see. Um, I'm a feeler. Um, I guess I'm considered an empath because I feel so much. I just hate to put a label on me because it just makes it seem so unauthentic, like I'm repeating what someone else said. Someone else said. But I am being, I am coming or I am speaking from my heart. I'm also speaking from things I feel and see. So I am being authentic. I'm not, although I may use same terms or words, I'm coming from an authentic place. Or I'm trying to, basically, as far as with my wording or the terms that I'm using. But I am so sad. And I wonder if people that are from my era, well, I know they are. I know I've seen some people on the internet, but are you like from my era and you just feel so bad for what you see in this world right now, this day and time, like how people are self-destructing, how everybody wants. I'm not gonna let me clear myself when I say everybody, because when I say everybody, I'm speaking of a lot of people. I'm not saying every single person. So I just want to make that clear. Although I use the term everybody, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for the majority of people. Um, People are lost. We are lost souls out here. And I think we just lost it when we were on the shutdown. So I don't think people been in their right state of mind since then. And it's only gotten worse. Because, the economy and everything that's going on in the world, and we all know what's going on in the world and has been going on in the world. So, yeah, it's hard to stay focused or sane because everything that's going on around us. But I'm not here to talk about that in particular. I'm here to talk about lost souls. A lot of us has turned to the internet and want to become what we see on the internet. We want what others display on the internet. I'm laughing at that because I think that every person needs to figure out this. It's very important that you figure out this. Are you a follower or are you a leader? Because it's given follower. Now, um, I don't want to use the word hate, but being spiritual or having a connection with the spiritual world is very important. Uh, I feel because God made us as individuals. We're not robots. We weren't programmed to act the same, to think the same, to do the same. We're not robots. But a lot of people these days are acting like robots because they want to mimic and do everything they see somebody else do on the internet. The internet is killing our souls. It's making us believe that we're just like the next person. We can live that life like the next person. We can have what the next person had. I mean, you can, but be an individual in it. Be your own person. Live your own life. Don't it's if you're mimicking other people, you're becoming a robot. You're losing your soul. You're losing yourself. Like, who are you? Who are you? Are you them or are you you? We want to look for happiness or what we feel looks like happiness on the internet, and we want what the others have, or we want what that person have. We want to mimic it. We want that. We want that feeling that they believe that that person is feeling in that moment that they're watching them on the internet. And you're just the person that's looking through the window. You can't see what's going on in a whole household by being outside the house and looking in the window. You don't know what's going on in the house. You only can look through the window and see a certain portion of the house. You're not seeing the whole house from the inside, okay? Or from the inside out, right? A lot of us need to focus on who we are and how. Okay, so it's so many things in my head because I've sat here and thought of it, and always it sounds good in my head, but when it's time to speak it, it's hard to keep it in order, because it's all over the place, and I'm just trying to get out all the thoughts and scenarios that I want to use to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. So we are all individuals. God made us different. And you have leaders and you have followers. You have to decipher whether you're a leader or a follower. Now, you do have to have followers in order to be a leader. You can't be a leader without any followers. So, figure out if you're a leader or if you're a follower. I pretty much stay in my own lane. So I know God made me a leader, not a follower. I'm good with that. You have to be good on your status, whether you're a leader or a follower. Now, when you're a follower, if you're following something that is a little unsavory or um, portray an image that you want to mimic, that can go left. You want to make sure you're following a good leader. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to follow anyone, because following, as we know as kids, like following kids that do bad can, if you're a decent kid, you can wind up in the same predicament the bad person is, right? Or the unsavory character or whatever. So make sure if you are a follower, you're following someone that is informative. They're going to tell you, what's what's the deal. They're going to give you details. They're going to encourage you. They're going to, uh, present positivity. No one's perfect. A follower is not perfect, but you do you do have the followers that are considered good leaders. I'm sorry, leaders that are considered good leaders are not going to lead you on a path of destruction. To make it clear, so make sure if you're following someone, you're not on a path of destruction. Make sure your path aligns with your leader, because they're leading you on a good path, or they're trying to lead you on a good path. Like I said, leaders have faults as well. And sometimes the followers can also aid the leader on that path to positivity, or righteous. Um, if you're a follower and you're following something that you believe to be a good leader, you believe it's a good leader, you can wind up on a path of destruction. And sometimes those leaders that are not sure of themselves, they're just guessing their path, they too are going down the path of destruction. And because you're a follower, you're just going along with them. So just make sure you're following the right people. Make sure, that person is exuding positivity. They're being informative. They telling you details about things that they're doing, because you're, you know, some people have a way of just putting out what they want you to know, or they want you to believe that you're seeing. Right? So you have to be careful on your thoughts, your mind. You have to take control of the wheel. Um, Also, something that came to me, and I know I'm just all over the place, and I apologize. I'm just trying to get everything out. We lose ourselves when we are in relationships, and I spoke about this before. We lose ourselves when we are in long-term relationships, because if you've been with a person for so long, like, they become like your right hand. They become a part of your soul. They become a part of you. You become a part of them. And when that unity is no longer united and you separate, you both have to learn how to think and be by yourself now. Um, think of maybe conjoined twins. They're so used to being together that when they are separated, something can go wrong, because they're so used to, and it's a chemical, thing. It's in the brain. You're so used to having that other connected to you that you don't know how to live without the other. That's where it's the hardest. The hardest is recouping from that relationship or that conjoined state. Um, we lose ourselves, and we have to relearn ourselves, because we no longer have that conjoined. We're not joined at the hip anymore. So we lose ourselves, and we have to get familiar with ourselves. We have to learn ourselves all over. You're not the same person that you were when you got into that relationship. You're another being, because you became part of that person that you were connected to. And that could be very hard because you're going to experience separation anxiety. Nobody talks about that. It's separation anxiety. You don't know what to do with yourself, because you had this other person that was performing as a part of you. That person probably was cleaning, cooking, running errands, taking care of you, and you became kind of handicapped. You know what I'm saying? So when that person separates from you, you done lost it because you done lost it mentally because you no longer have that person that's doing everything for you. If that was the case in your relationship. So you have become handicapped because now it's like, oh my God, I wish I had this person here. They used to do this, they used to do that, da da da. Separation anxiety can drive you insane because your thoughts, you're just going to be constantly thinking about how it was with that person. And a lot of times it can lead us back into that relationship because we don't know how to deal with the separation anxiety. So we got to go back to that person and do it all over again, right? And the relationship could have ran its course. So you're putting yourself in even more danger, and you're not allowing yourself to grow because you done went back to that person that did all these things for you. But the relationship could be a little different now because of the relationship ran its course in the first place, and y'all separated for whatever reason, and then y'all wind up getting back together, and you're thinking you're just gonna pick up where you left off. Mm-mm. That person kind of changed, thinking they probably even think they don't need you right now, you know, and you thinking I need you, but they're like, I kind of like this life, I like my life the way it is right now. But they might come back because they might feel sorry for you because a person loves the fact that another person needs them. A lot of people. So, you're looking desperate, you're sounding desperate. So, why not come back to this and just take advantage of it? Instead of coming together and possibly uh, repairing what you had and, becoming one again. But you still have to have that process of being alone and figuring out things for yourself. And if you're not doing that and you just separated from this person and then you jump into a relationship, another relationship or a friendship, in regards to male and female, male and male, female to female, however it goes, you're you're not fixing yourself and you just jump into another relationship. You haven't even got a chance to get yourself back on track mentally because you are traumatized in a sense. That separation anxiety and then all the feelings and emotions that comes along with being separated from that person that you've been with for a long term. That's a lot to deal with and it takes time. There's no time frame. You can't rush it. You cannot rush it. There's no time. Nobody can't tell you, oh, in 3 days and 26 hours you'll be good. You'll be back to yourself. No. You're gonna have to take the time and learn yourself all over again, teach yourself all over again to be independent, to be self sufficient, to Take care of yourself. Skincare, self care is not just putting on eye patches and creams and going to get a massage, your nails, your hair done, drinking a glass of wine, or having shots, or whatever you think self care is. It's not that. Self care is focusing on yourself mentally from the inside out. Self care is learning yourself all over again, enjoying spending time with yourself, knowing what you want, what you're not going to settle for. A lot of people is settling because they done lost themselves. So they don't know really what they want. You have to sit in yourself to know what you want. You have to take time out. You have to take days and days and days and days of being by yourself to get to know yourself, to do the inner work, to think your real thoughts, not to bury them in shopping, hobbies. It's okay to have those things, but you have to learn yourself in the process. If you're not learning yourself, like, how could you know what you want out there? You don't even know you right now because you've been in a relationship for so long, you separated. Now you by yourself, you don't know what to do with yourself. So now you think the answer is going to find another individual to fill those shoes of the person that you separated from. And the funny part is that those people that you going out there to grasp, they see you. They see and know what you need in order to make you kind of feel like you important or you want it, because they see how desperate you are. They hear how desperate you are, because not only are you showing it, you're also speaking it to them, where you think you sharing your feelings and your thoughts to them in regards to how you feel about them. They taking that all in, like, they taking notes, and they like, okay, I need to become this for this person. I could do that. I could act like, because in relationships or friendships, sometimes we are actors because we're trying to hide what we really feeling or how we truly are. So who's to say that this person is actually the person that you need for you? Because you're pretty much feeding them the information, what you want, how you want to be treated. They should already know these things if they really like you or care about you. They should be observing. They should be taking notes. So you're feeding them the information about what you want, how you want to be treated, and they're just taking notes to become that person that you think you want or you think that you have, because you're blinded right now because you haven't done the work. You haven't gotten therapy. Therapy is important. Whether people believe it or not, like, therapy is important. You need someone to talk to. You need someone that's not a friend, not a relative, not a lover. You need to share those thoughts or those feelings with someone that's not going to use it against you, or that's not going to become the person that you feel that you should have in your life. An actor. A lot of us are with actors. They're actors and actresses. Okay, so it saddens me to see people just going through life but not like learning themselves in the process. Like, you're just going through life and you're not learning, you're not gathering wisdom, you're not trying to make things better for you. Like, another thing that bothers me, and like I said, I'm all over the place with this, but I just have to get everything that I'm thinking or feeling out. Why are we giving our love away to celebrities? Love and dedication. Love and dedication. Let me say it again. Love and dedication to, in time. Yes, in time. Love, dedication, and time to celebrities, to people that don't deserve it. Here I go on another spiritual point. God. Although some people feel when tragic things happen, God had failed them or let them down. He has his reasons for doing whatever he did. Or if he didn't, okay? We cannot blame everything on God. You know, sometimes a tragedy happens and it wasn't it wasn't something that was done by God. So, but my point is this: God gave us life. God gave us individuality. God gave us love. God loved us. God, just think about his past. God loved us, right? Have we loved God back? Have we loved God back the way he loves us? I don't think so, because y'all been giving it to celebrities and influencers. Like, y'all go to bat for these people, but nobody uh, go to bat for God. Nobody goes to bat for Jesus. That's a shame. Nobody's dedicated, and I'm not saying everybody. I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Nobody's dedicated to the spiritual part of your life. Like, but you will go on social media and take up for these people, and then when they let you down, you unfollow. You curse them out, or you put them in their place, or whatever. You feel some type of way, or your heart is broken. And the same as relationships, because you put the love in the wrong place. Put the love into someone that set you up for life. He set you up for life. He gave you gifts. He gave you your own mind, your own limbs, your own body, your own looks. He set you up. He gave us a starting point. But we put all this time, this energy, this dedication, and love into people that don't care about us. They don't care about us. They want us to look at them, and that's it. Focus on them. Why? What are you bringing to the table? What am I getting out the deal besides watching you and following you? How, in the state of the world today, how could you want to follow somebody or dedicate your time and energy to somebody, and you having a hard time paying your rent? You having a hard time putting food on the table. But you on the phone or on your iPad or tablet or whatever device you on, following them, listening to them, spending all this time in your day looking at their videos and stuff like that. But then nobody's coming together. People should be rallying together on these high platform channels. If you got it like that, if you buying all these expensive, what about your community? You built a community on these platforms. How did you do a GoFundMe for your followers that really need help? Did you set up a donation on your channel? Like, if you just want to help people that's struggling or whatever, have you set up a donation But you want me to like your shit. Oops. But you want me to hit the like button. You want me to subscribe. For what? For what? For what? What are you doing? Like your words, okay, let's just say you don't have to give money, you don't have to give things, but you don't even speak in a motivational way to where it's going to help me as an individual to want to do better for myself. There's nothing on your channel that's encouraging me in a good way to lean closer to my spiritual realm, to really figure out what's going on with me, uh mentally, or just period. Like you're like it's so many ways you could give to a person, and it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be donations. But if you don't know how to speak to people, encourage them in the right way, or lead them on a spiritual path, or to help them figure out what could be ailing them, or to be empathetic, to be sympathetic, to feel. Nobody's feeling anymore. We're just doing because it looks good. And do you see the destructions that's going on in front of you? Like the people that's just doing things to feel good, do you see the destruction that's happening with them? Look. Look at it. It's there. It's in your face. The destruction is there. The little things that you see, that you point out about those people that's sharing their lives, it's there. You don't have to look too hard. It's right there. If you observe it, it's right there in your face. If you open your eyes and stop feeling with your heart and feel with your mind, because the mind is going to lead you down the right path. This right here could be iffy. It could turn against you, because what you think is love, or what you think that you want to feel, may not be good for you. So we have to stop being followers. No, because like I said, we need followers. But we need to stop following people that are not supportive of you. We have to stop giving our time and energy to people. Like, God sets you up. God brings you gifts. God makes everything okay. Like, you may not agree with what he's doing, but he is. You may not understand what he's doing, but he is. He's doing it. And a lot of times people are set up in a good way and lose everything. Why? Because you done start following somebody else. You done start giving all your love and support and energy to someone else, and not focusing on the person that brought you these things in the first place. That person wasn't there when you got these things. Maybe they were, but you did that. You did that on your own. They may have helped a little bit, but God gave you that. You and God worked together to get that. And then you want to take it and start talking down to people. Girl, guy, whoever you are. You want to take that goodness and start treating everybody like crap. It's a shame. It's a shame that we get so high up that we just start looking down. Now, don't get me wrong. It kind of does come with the territory, because you kind of lose your way. Once you start getting to a certain level, you do lose your way. It's natural, but it should be natural to bring yourself back down to, because you should never lose sight of where you came from, how hard you struggled to get there, which should allow you to keep those things and to keep the focus on your prize. So it saddens me that we rather give all that time and energy and love and respect to those people that are not God or Jesus, or whoever your spiritual guidance is. And now that the walls are crumbling on what we thought was what we wanted, meaning celebrity lives, all the high fashion cars, and now now all that is crumbling because we're seeing who they really are. Now you're hurt. You're hurt. Well, how you think he feel? How you think both of them feel? Woo, girl, bye. How you think they feel? All that time and energy they put into us. And we do that to them? We cheated on them with what we thought was better than them, in a sense. That's what you're saying to him. These people that you idolize, you follow, you go back, nobody's defending them too. Nobody. And I'm, once again, when I say nobody or everybody, I'm not talking about every single body. I'm not talking about, just know that. I'm using that term because it means a lot of people. So that's why I'm using that term. It's a lot of people. A lot. But we're idolizing those people and following those people and defending those people. And when the world start crashing down, you start to see who they are. Now you mad because you're gonna spend all this time and energy following them for what? Why? Why are we following these people? What are they bringing to the table? Besides, like we are captured by drama now. That's what they're bringing to the table. Drama. Everything is drama. You need a good drama movie? Turn on the TV and watch a drama movie. Not get on social media. I mean, I am too one of those people that sometimes get drawn into drama, but I only give a little bit of my time to it. It's only so much I can watch of it because it's an ongoing cycle, and the ongoing cycle is just to lure you in, to have you captured and captivated by what's going on. All that time and energy that you spending on being captivated by these people that's on the internet every day with drama, you could be focusing that energy on someone that is willing and able to help you. They can put food on your table. Can that person that you following and idolizing put food on your table? Is that person you following and idolizing, they buying you a Chanel handbag? They buying you a Louis Vuitton, Coach, whatever they buying? Bottega? Hermes? Is they doing any of that stuff for you? But God can give you the right path that could lead you to that stuff. But they can't. So it's like, why are we spending our time idolizing, following, commenting, defending all these people when the person that created us gave us this form, this beautiful face and body, even though other people may not think your appearance is on point, he created it. and you got to live with it. So you might as well love it while you got it. You know, so it's just, and then another thing about a relationship. Let me going back to the relationship. Your relationship is also, if I didn't say it before, it's like a limb, right? When you and your relationship separates, it's like you lose a limb. When you lose a limb, do you go out there and find somebody else that's going to help you because you missing a limb? You can't eat because you're missing your right hand, and you usually eat with your right hand. So if that person is no longer there to feed you because you're missing your right hand, are you just going to go out there and find another person that's going to be able to feed you, and you're just going to starve yourself because you're not even trying to use the left hand instead of trying to find somebody to replace that person that was there feeding you because you don't have that right hand? Or are you going to be a bigger person and be independent enough to feed your own self with the opposite hand? Think about it. When you lose that limb, you just going out there to find somebody else that's going to feed you. And whatever feeding looks like to you. Feeding is not necessarily what I'm saying that you're eating. I'm saying feeding you what you think you need for yourself. You're just going back out there to replace that person. Quick, fast learn. You ain't even trying to learn to pick up a spoon or a fork or use your hands to try to feed yourself. When an amputee, and it's, I'm just using this as an analogy, when an amputee loses a limb, they learn how to use the other limbs, right? So a person like you that have all their limbs, why aren't you able to, instead of going out there reaching or looking for someone else to help you, why don't you help yourself? That's what amputees do. They help themselves. People that may not have hands, they learn to eat with their feet. They're not out there looking for someone to feed them. They learn because no one's there to be there for you 24/7. So you have to learn to do things for yourself. That's how God made us. God made us to do things for ourselves. So if you're running out there getting another person to take the place of the person that left, you're not learning to do things on your own. The amputee that get their limbs cut off or a limb cut off, they learn to do things for themselves. You will become much more happier if you learn to do things for yourself. Because if you don't do things for yourself, then it's only you to blame. Are you looking for someone else out there to bring in so you can blame them for what you're not doing for yourself? I think so. Nobody's taking accountability and responsibility for what they're not doing for themselves. Why? Because we always need somebody else to blame for what we look like to other people. I don't know that because he's no longer here or she's no longer here, so. Do you think an amputee think like that? Like, I can't eat because my health aide or whatever is no longer here. They're going to get up and try to make it to the kitchen and make them something so they can eat. Or, wash. Or whatever. Take care of themselves. I can't comb my hair because my other part, my right hand ain't here. No, I'm going to try to use the left hand. So it's like, I don't get it. And I'll never get it. I ask God for explanations. I ask God for clarity in this crazy world we living in. Yes, a lot of things going on. Yes. But don't get swallowed up in it. People don't want to see other people happy in this state because they're like, at this moment, because they're like, what you happy for? I'm happy because God gave me life. And if I don't own anything else in this world, I own this. I own this. I own this. I own this. For now. Until they find out how to take it all. I don't get it. Why wouldn't you want to be yourself? Well, it kind of makes sense because if you don't know yourself and you don't gather everybody else's personality, I guess that could make you not like yourself or not want to be alone. Whoa. It's crazy. I'm about to end this video. I don't know if anything I said makes sense, and I hope I hit everything that was going on in my mind. But y'all need to really, like, I am going to spread my love. It's the last thing I do on this earth. I'm going to spread my love. And when I say spread my love, it's not spreading was I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about getting into no relationship. I'm not talking about nobody else included. I'm talking about me. I'm going to spread myself. I'm going to spread what I feel, my thoughts, what I see, because God put that in me, obviously, I think, to share. Like, because you have followers and you have leaders. And God knew what he was doing when he made followers and leaders. And if you're a leader, you're going to try to lead people on a right path. Think of like the army or whatever. They have a captain and all. They're trying to lead their men to safety. And if they don't have a good captain, a good sergeant, or whoever their status is, then they all could perish. So you better know who you're following, okay, before you get perished. Because people out here ain't playing. And then also they're coming for what you got. People are looking at you and wanting what you have. And they're coming for what you got. Think of people that grew up in the hood, but they got skills rapping, right? And then they go make something of themselves. Who coming for them? The people that didn't focus on themselves and become a better person, or took advantage of their gifts and got out the hood. No, they'd rather come and get you instead of becoming who they should be or who they are. They'd rather get rid of you because you took advantage of your gifts and you worked hard and you got out of there. And because they didn't do it, they're coming for you. They're coming for everything you got. People look at people on TV and wonder how they could get close to you. How you think people got stalkers and stuff? Because they sit there and look at you, idolize you, fantasize about you and stuff like that, and they make a plan to get closer to you. Nobody's off limits. They coming for you. They coming for you. And they will come. And you better have your eyes wide open. Because They know how to play the game. They know how to be everything you want them to be. But when hit the fan, now you want to renege and say, I thought, no. Because you don't put it all out there on the internet because this is what it is. And wake up. Just, and I'm not tapping because I'm itching. I just don't know what to do with myself. It's just, it's a headbanger. You just want to bang your head on the wall. Because I'm observant. And I'm not saying I didn't fall prey to people. I'm human. We get into our feelings, like I said. We be led by this and not by this. We be caught up in the feelings of what it feels like, how it's feeling right now. And we're led off our path. You've been led off your path. A lot of people don't look back and say, how can I get back on it? They just keep following in the wrong direction. And what happens when you're following in the wrong direction? You get lost. Where's your compass? God's your compass. Jesus is your compass. But you don't have your compass. So you just continue down the wrong path. I just hope all of this makes sense. Because it makes sense to me. That's because I live in a crazy headspace. But I talk to my kids, well, let me say my youngest. I always talk to, well, my daughter, my oldest daughter. And when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking from wisdom and things that I've learned in my life. And I think, like, if you are a leader, you use those things as an example to kind of help people kind of find their foot, to find their path, and to let people know that everything is not perfect. Even the ones that try to live right, try to do things right, we too get led down the wrong path. But the point is to find your way back. Like, if you get lost out there in the cave or something, don't you want to find your way back, or you just want to keep going through the cave and staying in there and not trying to find your way out? I wouldn't want to live in darkness. That's darkness. Because when it leaves you, it gets darker. So why not want to find the light? Why not want to see the sun rays? Feel the land, see the water, the ripples, the sky. I don't know, y'all. But I'm going to get off of here. I'm not going to edit or post. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to send it out. And I just hope that people find their way. People focus on the bigger picture. The bigger picture is love. Love your spiritual guider. Okay? Focus on them. Give them the praise. Give them the time, the energy. Reach out to them. Spend your time with them. Like, how much time you spending on TikTok, YouTube, and you're not spending time with him? They said God is jealous. What happens when he gets jealous? I don't know. I don't want to know. I too live in a loveless relationship. I don't have a relationship with anybody. I mean, as far as a man, I'm not interested in that now, right? I'm not. I'm not. I'm giving my energy, my love, my time to the Most High. Whatever's happening in the world, He has pretty much kind of rested my soul on that. I no longer feel darker days because the world has become dark around me. I live in the sunlight that He provides for me. I smile, I laugh, I joke because that's what He wants you to do. He doesn't want you to be thinking about this stuff that's going on. It's nothing you could do. It's nothing you could do. Whatever's out there in them skies is way more powerful than a human being. Right? Way more intelligent than a human being. It ain't nothing you could do. And then with them not telling you what's going on, like, what you gonna sit here? Keep sitting here looking at the TV and the internet, wondering when they gonna let you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, they already playing with us. Like, how? You know what? Tell me, help me understand how a lot of things make sense. Like, I'm thinking about when they call themselves cutting out junk food on food stamps, right? What was the purpose? Were they or are they concerned about our health? Ask that question because it don't make sense to me because you're playing with our food, you creating laboratory this and laboratory that, but you telling people that it's not good to have junk food on food stamps. You're playing with our food, you playing with our health, you putting out diseases and stuff like that, and we're leaving this world because of this stuff. But you want to cut out junk food for people that's on food stamps. But these fast food restaurants is popping up everywhere, cholesterol, calories, sugar, salt, all this stuff to ail a human being. But you want to stop people from buying junk food on food stamps. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Now, all the healthy stuff that we supposed to eat, you done tamper with it. Fruits and vegetables that's supposed to nourish the body. I mean, like, if you want to stop eating the meat and just be a vegetarian, you can't even do that because it's not even healthy to eat the fruits and vegetables. But you want us to get nourishment from not eating junk food on the food stamps, but we can't get nourishment because you don't tamper with the fruits and vegetables and the meats and the seafoods. Oh. Are you worried about my health or aren't you? It's a lot of stuff that just don't make sense. It's a lot of stuff. And I talk to my kids with wisdom. I want you to think about what I'm saying. I want you to understand whether it makes sense or not. I want to give you scenarios. I want you to understand, like, you're a strong person by yourself. You don't need nobody. If God sends you your mate, He sends you your mate. You don't have to go out there and looking for it. You don't have to go out there and make it happen with someone that's not supposed to be on your path. Yeah. So I don't know. I I sit and think a lot. A lot of things come to mind. Thoughts come in my head. I don't know. I kind of feel like when these thoughts and things come in my head, am I supposed to share it? Um, I don't know. Um, but if I'm a leader, if that's the status he gave me, then I guess I'm supposed to share it. Somebody should listen. I hope. But yeah, yeah, pick yourself up, y'all. Pick yourself up. That's all you got. Think about all the stuff that's taken away from us right now. And every day, more and more stuff gets taken away from us. So we gotta focus on ourselves. We gotta find happiness within ourselves. We gotta start loving people more. The ones that deserve it, like I said, we gotta know who's tainted and who's not. We gotta open our eyes. We gotta stop following people that are not a positive force, that are leading you down the wrong path, making you believe that these things that they show you on the internet and stuff is how you supposed to live. And and no, that's not that is not for everybody. Everybody's not going to be on the right path. Everybody's not going to live the right way. Everybody is just doing what they think is right or what they want to think is right. I don't know, y'all. Just comment down below if you're feeling what I'm saying, if anything of is making any of this is making sense. Comment even if it don't make sense. Tell me it don't make sense what you saying, Debbie. All right. Well, I just hope that you focus on yourself, you love yourself, you get on your path, your journey. You learn to live without people. Imagine Imagine if something happened, and God forbid, and it's only a few of us left here on this earth walking around. You gotta live for yourself. Are you not gonna try to survive because you don't have anybody to lean on? Think of Will Smith. What movie was that? Where he had created that doll, Wilson. Think about that. You gotta learn to live. If that was you, would you go insane? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta find joy within yourself. Because a lot of people ain't carrying joy. A lot of people carrying envy, jealousy, wanting to take your life, meaning wanting to, take what you have in your life. A lot of people is looking to destroy you because you think you on top, or you think you running this, or you think you big, you think you living this lavish life. They coming in to dissect that. And then not only is they going to dissect it, they're going to bring it on the internet to show others that the life that you claim to have been living all this time before they came in the picture ain't what it was. Girl. So I don't know. Goodbye.